Hello my Mohicans, and welcome back to another Fashion channel. I'm Jacob from Books Corner, and today we're talking about my February TBR, starting with Buffy-a-thon. Buffy-a-thon is a 12-month long watch-along and read-along. Currently we're in the middle of a watch-along, which means you just have to watch Buffy for 12 or 7 months. It's a great time, I promise. We're currently in the middle of season 2. We might have 1 or 2 live watch-alongs as well. For this season, I've yet to decide. It really depends on how my mom's surgery goes and recovery and stuff, so trying to figure it out as we go along. But we're currently in the middle of season 2, which is up there in the corner. One of the better seasons of Buffy in my opinion, and so hopefully you can join us on this watch along. That being said, let's go over and jump over to Jacob to a different bookshelf. We're going to talk about all the books I already physically own that I'm hoping to get to in February. We have Babel by R. Kwok. We'll be reading this. I know it's about a girl who goes to an academic profession. I think there's like magic in the words or something along those lines. I don't know. I'm super duper looking forward to it. A lot of people were very polarizing reviews about it. People saw the evidence of the needing. Some people felt like it went too far. I'm super curious with my opinion on it. I'm very excited to read it. I love R. Kwok so much, and it'll be coming out in a video with Yellowface, with a vlog for Yellowface as well. So then we have Akhtar. I'm gonna assume you know what Core Thorns and Roses is, but if not, it's about a girl who ends up being captured and taken to Feyland, where she lives and so forth. This is by Sarah J. Maas. It's the first book in a brand new series we'll be reading from Sarah J. Maas. So starting with A Court of Thorns and Roses and then moving forward into the rest. I'm excited to get to it. These next two I'm just gonna put in like one thing because they're for the same video. So we have City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare. This is the second book in the Immortal Instruments series. The first book follows Clary as she is introduced to the world of shadow hunters. So that's a video that's coming, or I don't actually know when the reread for part 2 will come out. Obviously reread for part 1 is coming for you guys this month. It's a very long video where I talked about all the books that take place between the 1700s and the like 1960s or something. And we also have 2 novellas that I plan on reading from this in this month. I would hope to get to more of this series this month. I would mind reading City of Glass and maybe ending there and jumping into the first Red Scrolls of Magic book for March, but we'll see where we get with these. I'm very excited to get to them though. I very much enjoyed City of Bones and I Remembered. It's my wrap up though, so let's talk the Camp Half-Blood Chronicles for you guys. The next series that I'm about to embark my journey on today, which is like 4 or 5 days from the end of January, so we'll see how many of these I've already read by then, hopefully a few, is the Trials of the Apollo series by Rick Warden, and I physically have books 2, 3, and 4 in my grasp. As you will, this will be a video coming out to you guys February. You guys will get this video February. So this is a video that's coming to you guys about halfway through the month because we have Chalice of the Gods to go through first. That's right. I forgot about that. And on top of that, we also have The Sun and the Star, a Nico D'Angelo adventure written by Rick Warden and Mark Oshiro. I don't know who Mark Oshiro is, but hopefully, they're a non-binary author who's written young adult books such as Anchor is a Green and Each of Us is a Desert. Lots of different books they have written. Oh, that's exciting. So hopefully there's a new author in here that I can jump into reading some of their backlog. I have no idea what this is about. This is the final book in the Camp Half-Blood Chronicles I will be reading. Then I posted a video that not a lot of people watch, so I'll link it in the cards in case you guys want to check it out, which is where I went through and I made a TBR for a quarter TBR of my unread books. And the 2 books that are chosen for January and February, which are on this list because I don't think I'm going to get to 3 Dark Crowns this month. We'll pick it up in February. That is 3 Dark Crowns by Kendra Blake and Me by Elton John. This was picking for January. This was the pick for February. I'll be reading these, vlogging my experience. That video will come out in April for you, and eventually you'll see it'll be in a wrap up as well. Hopefully in the month of February, we'll also bring back Let's Solve a Murder. I'm hoping to get at least 10 of these out this year. That is my goal. Let's Solve a Murder was a single video that I did that I loved back in October or November of, I think it was October of last year, and I've been wanting to get the series back up and running because I enjoyed it so much and you guys seem to enjoy it as well. I just have a hard time picking the mystery because I tend to pick mysteries that seem like they're like a closed door mystery or anything like that, and they're not. This one I know it is, and that is The Haunting Party by Lucy Fowley. I did go with the safe bet here, so we chose this one. Everyone's invited, everyone's a suspect. It is set in the winter still, which I think it still fits the vibe, and it has been on my TBR, like on my unread TBR for a while now, so let's go ahead and see if it's worth it. I didn't really care for the other Lucy Fowley that I read. I thought it was fun but very contrived, and so I'm expecting the same exact thing, but it should make for a good where we deep dive trying to figure out who did the murder conversation. That's the important part of this. It's not so much my enjoyment, it's to make the video enjoyable. Hopefully The Hunting Party will do just that. I'm very excited to get to it. And lastly, before I jump into the Kindles, we have a set of books here. Oh, okay. The big one is The Walking Dead Compendium number 1. I would like to read all of this month. This is a huge, beefy book. It's issues like 1 through 48 of The Walking Dead. I would like to complete this this month. That would be a goal. It's like the first like 6 or 7 volumes. I read the first 2 so far. I feel like it's very doable in my regard. I'll probably not be reading it in this big beefy little thing, but I do have them on my Kindle. Eventually we'll have to jump over to the big beefy ones though. We also have The Joker. This is by Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo. Super curious about it. Always love reading things about the Joker. I think I've heard that one before. We have Saga Volume 11. I think there's 2 issues in here. I'm not ready yet for Saga, so that's the goal. Then we have some poetries to read as well. So we have Beast Barbarian, poems by Roger Reeves. Generally don't know what this is about. The cover blew me away. So we're here. Turn Me Loose, The Unghosting of Medgar Evers, poems by Frank X. Walker. I'm pretty sure this has to do with the murder and a few other things. I'm very excited to read from it. Then we have Above the Ground by Clint Smith. I don't know what this is about. The cover kind of took my water, took me away. Then we have Sharks in the River by Ada Lehman. Once again, we're here with a cover that I just thought was really stunning and it captured my attention. Moving on to our Kindle. Our Kindle has a few books to read this month. Blood Was Ties by Katie Weismer. You guys are finally gonna get the spoilery reading vlog. I read this back in January or February of last year, hoping to get it out for you guys, and I did not. For whatever the reason might be. I don't really remember, but it just didn't happen. So we are finally getting out Blood Was Ties, which I'm very excited about. Next one we have is Ruthless Ends, which is the next book. These will be tail end of February, so you'll get Blood Was Ties in the beginning of February, Ruthless Ends to close out February. I'm so excited to finally read and finish the Marionette series of where it stands. I know there's a few spin-offs coming, because obviously I follow the author, and I'm just excited to get to the final book and to be able to vlog that experience. Originally, you were supposed to get a Blood Was Ties and a Ruthless Ends book to like together, and I just think the day is gonna be too long, and I don't think that's what you guys want. Let me know if that needs to change, and I can always move it to when I finish Ruthless Ends and release them together. Let me know in the comments down below. That's the plan for that one. The next one is we have In Dying Starlight, which is called Collision. This is book 2 by Emily McCosh. I would like to read the next 2 in this series, so book 2 and book 3. That is the goal. I don't have the third one. I get them, like I finish the one and I get the next one. But I'm excited to read it though. I was kind of waiting for when she did the revamp of it, but I think we're just gonna jump into it. We're gonna have a good time. That's all the books I have on a physical side of things. Let's go ahead and jump back over to Jacob, who's gonna tell you about the things that we have on a non-physical side of things. Alright, now let's talk about the books I do not physically own, but I'm hoping to get to anyways. This is a big TBR. We'll see if I get to them all in February. February seems to be kind of a messy month for me. Normally is, but I tend to read a lot. And that being said, I would start with Morning Longings by Koi Kong. Morning Longings is her adult fantasy romance that she wrote. I heard it's like, is it Romeo and Juliet? It's based off some type of William Shakespeare type of story. I'm not entirely sure which one. I'm excited to get to it. This is for me to finish out a vlog that's hopefully getting to you, where I covered 12 books of my most anticipated books 2023. Hopefully I can finally get that video out for you guys, because I read a lot of books for it and I'm just waiting to read. Alright, next one we have is The Fury by Alex Mikiewicz. This is an e-arc I have. This book should be already out by the time this video comes out. A lot of these should already be out. There's one book I'm reading in this e-arc vlog that doesn't come out until like April or something under those lines. The Fury is an actress, I think, goes off to a land and then someone dies and it's something under those lines. I'm not the biggest fan of Alex Mikiewicz, but I do pick up every one of his novels. This is also a novel that is on my 24 for 24 this year. You got that going for you too. But that being said, we also have Loom City by Toto Tazamiz. This story that I was told it's kind of like cyberpunky, that has to do with Handmaid's Tale mixed with something else. It was very popular. It's been very popular. I think it comes out this month, if not already out. I have the audiobook for it, so I'll be listening to it in that week, which I'm excited about. Then we have The Ultramarine Sky by Nagise Furuya. I'm not entirely sure. It is a manga. I'm reading it currently, and I think it's just okay so far, and we'll see how it improves, which I am obviously curious about. We also have Lizards of Garaxes, which is the first book in the Heaven Stalkers. This is by Rodney Carter Allen. Interestingly enough, this is the first book in a brand new series, and so there is like I don't think anybody's talked about it. The cover is an interesting time, I won't lie to you, but I'm hoping the story is good. It's a sci-fi novel that has to do with queer characters, from my understanding, so we're hopeful, but we'll see. Then we have The White and Blue Between Us by Kiwikyo. I think is how you pronounce their name. I'm excited for this one. I'm nervous for this one. A lot of people have said it's not good. It came out in 2015. I think it's having a re-release, which is why it was on any type of NetGalley, so you can technically read it right now. And then there is one more. I can't think of what it's called. I just got it. It's by Adam Ellis. I'll put this cover up on the screen. I'm also going to be reading that one. I think that's everything that I plan on reading, which is a ton of things, to be fair. I plan on reading in the month of February. I think it equates to like 30 books or something like that, maybe even more. I have no idea. I'm sure it's a high number that I'm going to put in the thumbnail or in the thing. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you guys all next time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and goodbye.